Hi, friends. It's Reverend Laurie Gist with Unity of Ocala for this Friday, October 21st. Love notes. It's chilly outside. I wish I had a fireplace when weather like this comes along. So I just love to cozy up next to those warm flames and read a good book with a hot cup of tea. Oh, that is a perfect day for me. What's your perfect day? Fall is finally here. I feel it. I know in Florida, it's going to be back and forth and back and forth. We never know how to dress. We dress in layers because it's cold, and then it gets a little warmer. We peel off one layer, and then it gets a little warmer, and we peel off another layer, and then it gets really, really warm. We peel off the rest of the layers. Then it gets cold again. We start putting them back on. Very confusing, but it's fall and I love it. And my birthday is Sunday. This is my birthday month. I love October. I have ever since I was a child. When I see pumpkins and Halloween treats and things of the fall, I just get all nostalgic and I love it. My mother always had fabulous birthday parties for us and created these fabulous cakes in whatever shape we wanted. And of course, I always wanted a pumpkin, and I still love pumpkin things. Last year, I had a really difficult birthday. It was only 2 months after Mick had died, my beloved husband, Michael. And I was really sad. Sadness just hit me. It just was like this ocean wave, and it didn't just crash me. It just kind of went over me and stayed and just kind of held me under, that feeling. Because I guess for a lot of reasons, I was grieving and a lot of reasons, but I had been with him at that point for 38 years. I met my husband when I was 21, and we were very exclusive pretty much from that point on. From 22 on, he moved in with me when I was 22 years old, and we got married when I was 24. So it was really difficult thinking about a birthday without him. I couldn't remember one, except the ones when I was really young. I couldn't remember not having him on my birthday morning, whatever celebration we had. He was just always there. And he always had for me, when I got up, a handmade birthday card for me, which was the sweetest thing. And it actually started my first Mother's Day, which was May, June, 3 months before our Lacey was born. I was pregnant, quite pregnant. We lived in a little house in Inverness, a few blocks from the lake. And he always got up really early at that time, way earlier than me. And that particular Mother's Day, I woke up, went into the kitchen. He had already left for work. He had gotten up really early, and I thought, wow, he must have an early meeting or whatever. I wasn't worried. I got up, and he had gone out at the crack of dawn and picked, those beautiful flowers, the wildflowers that grow at that time of year in May on the sides of the roads. I always thought that was so phenomenal. I never saw anything like that in Colorado. These wildflowers that just blanketed the sides of the roads and the hills in Ocala. And I just thought they were fantastic. So I wake up, and there in a mason glass jar was this bouquet of bright wildflowers, pink, purple, yellow, white. I cried. It was so beautiful because he knew how special those were to me. For him to go out, and he didn't get a card. What he found was the inside of a box. It was a thin piece of cardboard. It's white on one side and brown on the other. And he had folded it, and with a ruler, because he wrote really bad, but with a ruler, he wrote, "Happy birthday to the love of my life. You will be the best mother on the planet," whatever, one of his sweet little things. And I just sat there that birthday. Let's see, I was 25. Was I 25? Yeah, because I just turned 26 when I had Lacey. So I was 25 years old. And I just sat at that little table and cried and thought, my life is so fantastic and wonderful. And I made such a fuss over that. And he said, wow, you are the cheapest birthday recipient and gift recipient ever. So he realized that those little homemade cards and picked flowers were the greatest present on the planet for me. So waking up last year on my birthday and not having that card, even last year when he was so sick, it was the year before last, he managed to make that card and go out and pick some flowers around the house and had them ready for me when I came home from work. Just beloved. So I really had missed that. And I'm feeling different this year, though. I'm feeling closer to him in many of the ways, other than physical. I'm sure all of you that have or haven't lost somebody close to you know what I'm talking about. I feel very close to him in a different way. He's with me. He's guiding me. When I get lost, I feel this gentle, godlike sway back, my darling. Don't stray too far from the path. I know you love to stray from paths, but stray a little back. And also this year, the day after my birthday on Monday is Diwali, which is my favorite Hindu holiday. Now, the Hindu, like the Jews, love celebrations. Every month they have a celebration of something. It's a little heavier in the Jewish tradition, certainly the Christian tradition, where we only really celebrate two. I know there's little ones throughout the year, nothing monthly, certainly. Not even the Day of the Dead. That is not Christian. That came about from the ancient tribes, and the Christians just tolerated it like they tolerate everything, or try to, or don't tolerate, whatever. Not feeling very good about my Christian brothers and sisters these days, but working on it. Anyway, the Hindu celebrate constantly. For them, life is a celebration. Life is a walking in the God essence of life. And I love that. Diwali is so special because anciently in the scriptures, it is the celebration of light over darkness. When Krishna finally slays Nukarashi, the darkness, the god of darkness, and all the world celebrates. And finally that weight is lifted and we are able to rejoice in who we truly are underneath the burden of the darkness, or the burden of the oppression, the burden of the ego. And it is a breaking forth of the great light and all that it celebrates. And boy, do they celebrate. For 5 days, they celebrate the wealth and abundance of the earth's treasures, which is all the elements, of course, 5 days with an element in each: air, wind, fire, earth, water, all of that. But also of the treasures of the earth. There is one day that they celebrate the minerals, the gemstones, the crystals, the metals, the precious metals. So you'll see them decked out in their jewels and their gold and their silvers, and they celebrate the triumph of the earth over the mud, the muck, the beauty of the diamond that comes forth after the crushing and crushing of the soul, this beautiful new birth. So they celebrate the wealth, and they celebrate the joy of friendship and the joy of love and of giving. And the more we give back, the more we give back to the earth, the more she graces us with her bounty. The more we give back to each other, the more humanity shines and comes to life in a way of giving and loving. The more love we give, the more love we share, the more compassion we give. That's what Diwali is about. So to have it wrapped up in my birthday, it's bringing me to a whole new level of happiness. I'm going to talk more about that on Sunday. And yes, I will be wearing my traditional Indian sari, puju, depending on who I'm talking to, they keep correcting me. That's what I love about Hinduism. One of my favorite swamis that I speak to from time to time told me that there are as many interpretations of Hinduism as there are Hindu on the planet. And there are millions of them, probably more than any other religion, but don't tell the Christians. I want to leave you with a Diwali blessing just for you. Have a happy, safe, and blessed Diwali. Wishing you gleams of dayas, echoes of holy chants, contentment and happiness today, tomorrow, and forever. Have a happy and prosperous festive season. And may the goodness of all that there is in this season dwell within you and stay throughout your entire year. Blessed Diwali. I will see you on Sunday where we continue the celebration. I'm bringing a special birthday treat. Yes, it will be in Diwali fashion. So you need to come just for that, if nothing else. And fellowship and fun. And just remember, I love you. God loves you. Mwah.